Welcome to On the Beat, everyone. I'm Troy Thompson. Joining me in the studio today is Patrick Wooten of Schwartz and Associates. And today we're talking about what factors determine what my case is actually worth. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Thank you. Good to see you, Troy.
Nice to see you. Okay, I've often wondered when I see these ads on commercials, okay, on TV, and I see someone saying that they got 50,000 and then the lawyer says, we got you 350,000. What actually determines the price or the money that you're going to get when it comes to an accident?
That is
what factors go into that?
That is such a good question, and there are a myriad of factors that come into play. Some that are very normal, like how did the accident happen? You know, how significant of a wreck was it? Is it a scratch on my bumper or was my car demolished? So that's one factor. It's what are the injuries? Did someone fortunately only have to go to the emergency room and one day of treatment, or someone significantly injured and treats for months or years and is even going to have future medical treatment so that the injury lingers, which increases their medical bills? That's a factor. One that a lot of people don't think about is how much insurance is there?
Well, and I want to say that because let's break this down a little bit. I just had an accident in my own car, but coming out of my garage. I'm a bad driver. Okay.
All right. No one ride with Troy.
But the insurance company phoned me and they said, did you file a police accident? Did you damage the wall? I'm like, it's a cement pole. But it's cost me $3,000 worth of damage on the car. Now, I wasn't hurt, but it got me thinking all the processes that you need to go to, and is it worth going through insurance? First of all, always, because that determines what we're going to get back as well, and if someone else is involved, right?
You're right.
So I thought to myself, how do people get $500,000 or $1 million, and is there ever enough insurance? So you see these people who have insurance claims against big rigs. Is it easier to get money from them because they're more insurance than it is from someone like me who has a small car accident?
You're hitting the nail on the head. So that if it's a commercial vehicle, they're going to have greater liability limits. So there's a bigger pot of money to go after versus in Mississippi where the minimal limits are $25,000. So, a lot of drivers out there driving may only have a $25,000 policy. So if I break my arm, I'm probably very easily going to get that $25,000. Whereas if I'm hit by an 18-wheeler, they may have $1 million or $2 million or $5 million worth of insurance. Well, they're not going to give me that for a broken arm.
No.
But, if I was killed or if I was put into a, permanent injury, which, I was in a wheelchair or something that needed future care, well, then I could get those awards that are hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars.
Okay, what happens if the insurance company, if you are permanently injured, say in a wheelchair or something like that, if all of a sudden an insurance company goes into liquidation?
Well, we do thankfully have in Mississippi, there is through the government an agency to be able to, provide for you. A big caveat in Mississippi is you do have a cap on pain and suffering. So if I always give this example, if I'm in a wreck and unfortunately have permanent injuries that are necessitate hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical bills in the future, I'm capped at $1 million in pain and suffering. That law's been around for more than 15 years in Mississippi, plus my medical bills.
What happens if I am injured and can't make these decisions myself?
If you are in a state where you're unable to do it and you're married, your spouse could step in. We could have a conservator appointed. If it's a child, you can have a parent appointed as a conservator as well so that they can make the knowing, intelligent, and voluntary decisions.
Very quickly, is that something that my normal attorney would take care of or you would take care of?
We could absolutely take care of it, in that situation of evaluating what needs to be done to make sure the claim can go forward.
We appreciate you, Patrick.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you want to find out more information, there it all is up on the screen for you. Been chatting away with Patrick Wooten from Schwartz and Associates, and we're talking about what factors determine what my case is actually worth. Back after this short break.